Mobilizing for defense, that is our topic for today. And it's going to be a short lecture, I think our shortest yet. So enjoy the shortness of it. Mobilizing for defense, here we go. The key concept for today is you want to be able to describe the transition to the wartime, to a wartime economy for the United States. No vocab words for today. Okay, so to begin, what we're going to look at specifically today is the military expansion that occurs in the United States. Later on, we're going to talk about what all is happening in the United States, but after the bombing of Pearl Harbor, we're going to focus just on the transition to a wartime economy. And that first starts with people. Right? And more specifically, people that are going to be fighting in the war. And there are about 5 million or so people, 5 million or so men in the United States going to volunteer for the Army once Pearl Harbor goes down. Okay? So lots of volunteers, but that's not the number of men that are truly needed to fight a war, which is for the United States going to be a two-front war, uh, fighting in Europe, fighting in the Pacific. So there is a draft, and it's not a huge deal just because a lot of people, most of the nation at this point, does believe that war is the correct option now. But there are 10 million additional soldiers that are going to be brought into the armed forces because of the draft. And with the switch into a wartime economy, production is definitely going to be uh, going to go through a big time change as well. Private industries are going to have to switch from whatever they were making into making goods for the war. A good example of this would be the car industry. The cars are uh, Ford would normally be making a car for a private individual, for uh, individuals, for families. Well, they stop making cars and they start making tanks, ships or planes, whatever have you, cars for the military. Jeeps come around at this time. Uh, that's the type of uh, transition that different industries have to make at this time, and that is that is moving into a wartime economy. The United States is able to do this very efficiently, and the big reason for that is the assembly line that was created by Henry Ford um, back shortly after World War One. This surge in industry that is seen shortly after Pearl Harbor um, is really what takes us out of the Great Depression. And below you see the chart where you see the introduction of the New Deal back in the 1930s and the health of the nation. And when everything is said and done, World War II just simply outdoes the New Deal, anything that the New Deal did. Which is, of course, great for the United States. It took us right out of the Great Depression almost instantly. And with that in mind, uh, this all happened so fast that our first troops are sent to Britain in January 1942, about a month and a half after Pearl Harbor, and we are already battling the Japanese 6 months after the Pearl Harbor attack. So um, the United States is moving with tremendous speed as far as mobilizing their defenses and turning their country into a militarized nation. We're going to start studying the war in Japan next time we meet. Bye bye.